Well, hi Luke, it's good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
And the fans at the OneRing.net will be delighted to hear how things are going and how the film is. Are you pleased with what you've seen?
Very pleased. Yeah. I think it's the best of the three.
Yeah, I do.
do.
I agree. It's fantastic.
I mean, obviously, climatically is that a word? Yeah.
It can be.
It will be for today. It just hits the target so spot on for me. I just felt like every character has its moment. It's just great, and how it shows music underneath it. It just feels it's a beautiful film.
And you really get to be the big hero in this film, which is exciting. I felt like there are quite a lot of sort of echoes of Aragorn's character in the way that Bard was portrayed, and even some of the physicality. Do you think that was conscious at all, or just the way it turned out?
Well, I guess you can't really ignore the fact that, there are similarities to be drawn between Bard and Aragorn. I know some people would never compare the two of us, and lots of other people would, So I guess we leave it up to the viewer and see what they think. I mean, if they want to compare me to Aragorn, so be it. I don't mind. It's
quite a nice comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought the scenes between you and John Bell were particularly moving. The first bit that made me cry in the film was the scene with you and him. I don't want to give anything away to our viewers, but where you're facing each other. It was really moving. Did you enjoy working with the youngsters?
Yeah, I did. It was interesting, that scene. There was a bit of a disagreement for a while about whether it was correct to have him there on that bit of bell tower. Would Bard have sent him back down to be safe, or would he have kept him there? And in the end, I think we decided, well, we did, it was in the film, but the decision was that there was no time, and if this was their last moments together, then Bard was going to make him feel like he was involved in what they were trying to achieve to save people, and it was a beautiful moment. I remember Pete was making up the script as we were doing that scene, and I remember the music was playing. He had this very amazing sweeping music to help us, because there was obviously no dragon, and the wind was blowing, and I remember him saying, just tell him to look at you. Just tell him to keep looking at you, like you would if he was your son. Yeah. You didn't want him to see that behind was, the end of the world. And it was beautiful. It was really powerful stuff. It really was really powerful. Yeah, it was a good moment.
It's a really compelling scene. It's great. Do you stay in touch with the
kids?
Yeah,
I do. Yeah. One of them was, Sigrid was going to be my wife. You do know that, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah. And when I had my first conversation with Pippa, I just landed in New Orleans to shoot a movie, and she was in Portland. And I remember speaking to her on the phone, and we talked about it the other night, and she just reminded me, and I totally forgot that, the reason why she doesn't have a wife is because of me. We were talking about, she said, what do you think of Bard's character and all that? So I said, yeah, I like him. I said, he's a widow, right? And she was like, no, he's got a wife. I was like, oh. I said, in my head, I always thought that
single parent.
He didn't have a wife. His wife had died, and he was left alone. And she liked the idea so much, she went straight back to Fran, and they cut the wife and turned her into my oldest daughter. So I gained one extra child and lost a wife in one phone call.
That's very
But I think it works. It makes it even more compelling and even more tragic that this man has nothing except his children to fight for, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. Well, congratulations, Luke. May I give you that? We're hosting a party for the fans in February, and if you're in Los Angeles in February, it would be fantastic if you would come along.
I've got it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much,
Wonderful.
Luke.
Cheers.